Everything is spiritual. God can even use a playground to teach us spiritual truths. This week we will be looking at some playground principles, a spiritual lesson learned through playground equipment.
Hey everybody, it's Summer. I am coming to you from this tiny dining car to give you today's playground principle. We're talking from 1 Timothy chapter 4. You've probably heard verse 12, where Paul tells Timothy, don't let anyone think less of you, or don't let anyone look down on you because you're young, but set an example for the believers in your speech, how you talk, in your life, love, faith, and in purity. But a couple verses later, he actually says, do not neglect the spiritual gift you received through the prophecy spoken over you when the elders of the church laid their hands on you. Give your complete attention to these matters. Throw yourself into your tasks so that everyone will see your progress. Keep a close watch on how you live and on your teaching. Stay true to what is right for the sake of your own salvation and the salvation of those who hear you. So, in other words, what Paul is telling Timothy in these verses is pay attention to your ministry and how you're growing in your faith and how you're growing in your relationship with God. Because just like we grow mentally, physically, emotionally, we also grow spiritually. But one difference with our spiritual growth is that it's a direct result of our intentional time with God. So you probably have noticed that I don't really fit in this dining car. I can't get my legs under here without folding or stretching them awkwardly because this is meant for children. There are two different parts of this playground. One part is for kids ages 2 to 5, and one is for kids ages 5 to 12. At one time, I was in either of those age categories, but I am not anymore, and as I grew, those different playgrounds didn't fit me anymore. I got too big to properly use the playground equipment. And as we are growing in our relationship with God, as we're spending time with Him, as we're learning more about Him and becoming more like Him, there are going to be situations in our lives that we don't quite fit anymore because we're experiencing that spiritual growth. So as you're growing in your relationship with God, what you should be doing is being aware and keeping an eye on your ministry and your relationship with Him, surrounding yourself with friends who encourage you to grow in Him, with friends who encourage you to spend time with Him, to spend time in prayer and reading your Bible, making sure that as you are intentionally focusing on your relationship with God, that you're not reading the same 5 verses that you have memorized, that you're spending more time in the Word and digging into it and praying and really beginning to open up and expand in your understanding of the Word, making sure that as you're in these different situations, that you are being a light, that you are living more so from your relationship with Him and making sure that you are showing His love to those around you, because as you're growing in Him, you're not going to quite fit into some of the situations that you go into in your life, but you'll know that as you are changing these areas of your life where you are, as you're surrounding yourself with more people who encourage you and push you forward in your relationship with God, that your surroundings will change with you as a result of your spiritual growth. So I'm going to get out of here because this is uncomfortable, and I just wanted to give you that principle for today. So I will talk to you later.